Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Table Enabled Shulchan Aruch Yomi. Continuing Hilchos Beis HaKnesses, Kuf Nun Beis 152. Only one stiff. Shal Istar Shum Beis HaKnesses. You're not allowed to destroy Beis HaKnesses. Aleph. Ein Soser in Beis HaKnesses. Ke Livnos Beis HaKnesses Acher. You can't destroy a shul even if you plan on building a new shul, or even if you can't even. The halacha is you can't even sell a shul unless you already bought a new shul. The reason being, Shema Yara Lahem Ones Shalo Yivnu Acher, because they might have an onus, they won't build another shul, Elabonim, and they're not going to have a shul daven. What about if you have another shul in the neighborhood, which is often the case? It's a machlokas, interestingly enough. I would say for sure it's okay. The whole reason is you're not going to have a shul to daven in. If you have another shul, you have another shul. Taz matir, the Taz says okay. The Mogen Avram and a lot of Achronim are machmir. The Be'er Halacha discusses how we paskel halacha, but it's not really clear how we paskel halacha. So the Mogen Avram is machmir. Even if you have 10 shuls in the community and you want to knock down your shul, you have to build the shul already, which is hard because a lot of times people want to knock down a shul in one place and build in the same place. You don't have another lot to build in. So this is a pretty strict halacha, and I'll talk more in Ian to lean on why I think it doesn't really apply to shuls. Ella bonim ha'acher tchila v'achach sosun ha'yashan. You have to build a new shul, and then you can destroy the old one. I feel a ratzu listo rak mechitza achas archiva. You just want to expand the shul, knock down one wall. Na midina haki. You have to build the new wall, extend it out first, and then knock down the wall so that you'll be able to go from where the room where the wall was blocking into the new area. V'hani mili shaya rishon chazak. This is only talking about where the first shul was in good condition. Avalim charvu yisodos, foundations were rotting. Onatlu salav lipol, or the walls were bending, they were leaning, and they're about to fall. Social miyad. It's a danger. It's gok nefesh. Of course, you destroy it right away. Masil nivnos mehira yom v'layla. You have to hire people 24/7. This is not in the Gemara. The Rambam says this. You have to hire people night and day. I'll talk more about this in Ian DeLeon. Shema because the whole thing is we're worried about that you won't actually build a new shul. Therefore, we have to make sure to build it as quickly as possible so that no onus should happen, no unfortunate circumstance should happen, that you shouldn't be able to rebuild the shul. Even if you building a new shul, you're not allowed to take parts in the shul. You can't take down the bima, anything which is attached to the ground, like the aron or the bima. This is learned at the mizbeach, halacha from the mizbeach. You're not allowed to take from the mizbeach to build a new Beis Hamikdash. Also, listar davar from Beis HaKnesses. Of course, the Mishmura mentions things like benches which are not attached to the ground, or svarim, those you could take out. Also, listar davar from Beis HaKnesses. Elen ken osa almanas livnos. This is halacha. If you're going to destroy something, meaning you built a new shul already, you have to build a new shul first, and you want to destroy the bima or something like that. You can't just destroy something from a shul without kedusha. You have to take it and put it in a place where you're going to use it again. I don't know about putting something in Geniza. I think maybe you put it in Geniza, but maybe it's talking about using it for hedyot purposes, for non-kadosh purposes. I want to talk even to lean on about this halacha. As I mentioned yesterday, I believe Beis HaKnesses, we have the wrong impression of what Beis HaKnesses is, the definition of it. And I'll talk more about this halacha, which seems to be a very difficult halacha to implement, especially if you only have one shul, or you're following the Mogen Avram and you want to use the same lot that you have the shul to expand there to build a new shul. You don't have another area. You don't have another piece of land to build a new shul. Maybe I can give you a kula in to lean on coming up next.